What's up, boys? Got some more NBA player props for you guys today on prizepicks. You guys are not in prizepicks, I highly recommend joining. Really great website, in my opinion. Really do like it. The link is in my description if you guys want to go ahead and sign up using my promo code DOMG. Match your first deposit up to $100. So yeah, 100% deposit match up to $100. Definitely join with my code if you guys are interested in joining. But pretty great for player props. I use it all the time. But yeah, yesterday wasn't a great day for NBA. I feel like it was a really tricky slate, even though we had a bunch of games. Just everything didn't really pan out the way we wanted to. I mean, those days happen. Like the day before was really good, which is kind of weird considering the small slates are usually the ones that are really tricky. We got another small slate today, but we'll see how this day goes. But yeah, probably should be focusing on a little bit more unders, I'm thinking, because some of the overs not exactly turned out the way that we want. So I got a couple unders for you guys today. I think I actually only have one out of the 5, but probably work some up for the Patreon tonight. Cook something up. But if you guys are interested in the Patreon, that link is in my description. Join over there if you guys are interested. It's $10 a month. They do charge you right away, so do be aware of that. And then they charge you at the first of every month. So just be aware of that because we're kind of right in the middle of December. But yeah, also the free Discord is in my description as well. A lot of you guys have been joining the Patreon and the Discord. So I seriously do appreciate you guys. But yeah. And finally, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Those 2 things would help me out. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these player props here. It's been a pretty long intro. Sorry about that. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these here. We'll hop straight into this. We're going to start with an over in the late game today. That is Jae Crowder. I like Jae Crowder over 10.5 points a little bit here. He's hit 4 out of his last 5. No Booker recently, so he has been getting a lot more points than he typically does. But 11, 6, 16, 19, and 11. So he's had some games where he's gone well over this number. But games where he's fell short, like against Clippers. So let's take a look at this matchup here. So let's take a look here. 9 o'clock game, Washington and the Phoenix Suns. So Jae Crowder, power forward. No Booker, Kaminsky. Kaminsky hasn't been in a long time. I don't think these guys have been in for a long time. I know Kaminsky hasn't. But 9-point spread, so that's something you got to be aware of. Maybe you guys don't even want to touch this. Jarrett Allen yesterday screwed a lot of people over. He has a very high hit rate and just didn't turn out the way we wanted to, man. So I wasn't extremely heavy on him last night. Compared to some other guys, but yeah, blowouts, you guys got to be aware of them, man. He didn't play the entire fourth quarter, and one night too, Booker didn't play the entire fourth quarter. Like, if games just blowouts are really tough, man. You just got to be aware of them. So, but yeah, Jae Crowder, power forward going into the Washington Wizards, but it's a 9-point spread, man, 213 and a half over under. So let's take a look at power forward against the Washington Wizards. See how this matchup is. So they are allowing the second most points to power forward in the entire NBA. So according to Fantasy Pros, defensive versus position. So yeah, this is really good matchup. But at the same time, you got to be aware of that spread. I almost don't even want to touch after last night, man. I don't know, because blowouts really do be killing people. So and then that game last night for the Cavaliers too was a 9-point spread as well. So yeah. I don't know. It's a really good matchup for Crowder, but you just got to be aware of that blowout. So if you guys think it'll get blown out, I probably wouldn't touch it. But if you guys do go ahead and you like this, and you don't think it'll probably blow out, he'll score the points without getting benched, could be a pretty good play. We'll see. Let's go ahead and move on to a point under here, the only under on this list. I kind of wanted to grab some more, but Saddiq Bey. So this is one that I do like on the under. He's only hit 1 out of his last 5. I mean, this looks like a great one. For Saddiq Bey to hit the under. So he's at 4, 11, 8, 15, and 8. So looks pretty good for the under, man. But hopefully it just isn't bait because there's a lot of bait out there. We just kind of gotta avoid that. But Grant and I can't say his name. I'm horrible with names, man. Kelly is out for the Pistons, but 10.5-point spread, so really big over spread. So that's really good for the unders. Because that means he might not even play like the entire fourth quarter, like we were just talking about. So 209 over-under right there and a half for that game. So that's even better, too. A low over-under with a high spread. That's pretty good for taking unders. So let's take a look at this here. They have him at power forward, expected to start. So power forward going against the Pacers here. The Pacers a little bit on the easier side for matchup-wise, so that is something to kind of note. But I don't know. It looks like really good because there's a big chance for a blowout, low over-under, and 4 out of 5 hit rate in his last 5 could be pretty good. Let's take a look at Crowder and Bey on number fire real quick here. Let's take a look at these projections here. So they have him at 13.5 points. That's literally what Bey is listed at. So they think this can pretty much be a coin flip according to number fire. So that's something to be aware of. Let's take a look at Crowder here. But 10.5 is what they have Crowder at, so that's literally his as well. So they have him dead on number fire right now. So that's funny. That's I've not seen that before, being exactly right on that twice in a row. So yeah, that's definitely something to note there. Between Bey and Crowder, there's obviously different projection sites out there, so check a couple of them if you guys wish. But yeah, those are two that I'm interested in today. Let's take a look at some rebounds ones. Let's stay with that Pistons game real quick here. So a game where you might not want to take some overs, but Cade Cunningham rebounds could be a pretty good night. He's at 8, 1, 4, 11, and 2. So he's been hitting it pretty well, or he's been losing quite a bit. So we'll see what ends up happening with this one. But this is one I'm kind of interested in. So shooting guard against the Pacers here. Let's see what the Pacers are allowing here. Pacers actually they're pretty much in the middle, 6.22. We'll see what ends up happening with this. Let's see where number fire has them. Maybe this one you don't even want to touch. They have at 6.4. They like them on the over as well. So I don't know. Maybe with Grant and Kelly out. I'm not sure how long they've been out though. Kelly has been out for a while. I'm not sure about Jeremy Grant. I think he's been recently out. I think so. Maybe that's why Cunningham is a good look for the over. But I mean, number 5 definitely likes it over 5.5 at 6.4. But again, you got to be aware of the blowouts. So small slates, very, very tricky, especially when you have 2 blowout potential games. So I would almost think of taking a lot of unders in this game. Not a lot, but a good amount of unders in this game. So yeah, I don't know, man. Definitely be aware of these blowouts is what I'm really trying to emphasize here. Because I am kind of scared today for some of these. But let's take a look at the Brooklyn Nets now. And Kevin Durant, he's at 57 fantasy score here. He's at 65, 76, 53, 39, and 51. No Harden. That's why he has a 2 out of 5 hit rate. But I think Harden played in that game. No, yeah. No, he did. Harden played in that game. He had 76. Harden did not play in this game, and he had 65, I believe. But right here, 1 point spread, 216 over under. It's an all right over under, but 1 point spread is what we really do like. So small forward going against the Philadelphia 76ers. I believe he hit his fantasy score already against the Philadelphia 76ers, and I think Harden was playing in that game. So should be a pretty good look for Kevin Durant, considering he's already hit it with more guys playing than all of these guys. So I like him a lot. I think he's going to be playing a lot of minutes, and he needs 57 fantasy points. I think it could be a pretty good look. Let's take a look at small forwards fantasy score. And again, he is playing the Philadelphia 76ers, so let's take a look at this matchup here. 76ers are a little bit right in the middle. A little bit on the easier side almost, but they're not allowing a lot of steals. They're not allowing a lot of blocks. Assists they're allowing a lot of. Maybe that's pretty good to take KD assist tonight, maybe. But he's already hit against the Philadelphia 76ers. Should be getting a little bit more minutes tonight. I think it could be pretty good for Kevin Durant. Let's see where number fire has him at. So, yeah, it's FanDuel fantasy points. So let's see where they have Kevin Durant at. And they like him for 51 fantasy points. So they actually like him on the under by quite a bit. So I think it is FanDuel. I'm pretty sure the scoring systems are the same. So that is if number fire is using, yeah, they say FanDuel though. I don't know. So they like him at 51, I think, right there. So that's kind of a little bit interesting, but I don't know. Pretty sure he hit his fantasy score with just points, rebounds, and assists last time. So I'm not sure if any steals or blocks, but I believe he did it against the 76ers already this season. So I don't know. I think that could end up being a good look. I was looking a little bit at Claxton too, but he's kind of a little bit tougher because he only had 26 minutes. He's usually playing about 21. He only got 5 more minutes, but he hit his points by a good amount. So Claxton 8.5. I liked him a little bit on the over with all those guys out, but he only got 5 more minutes against the Toronto Raptors. And I don't know. I'm not sure if I like the volume as much on Claxton, but let's take a look at one more here. That I do like, but again, probably play a little bit lighter today. It's a small slate, usually pretty tricky. But Jae'Sean Tate here, 3.5 assists, 1, 4, 3, 9, and 5. 3 out of his last 5. He has hit 8 of his last 10, I do believe, at this number, but he has missed twice in his last 5. So, including last game against the Cavs, he only had 1. So, kind of be aware of Jae'Sean Tate here. He's kind of slowing down a little bit, but he has hit this number in 8 of his last 10. So, hopefully Christian Wood plays. That'd be a lot better for Jae'Sean Tate. I'm not sure how many assists he usually dishes out to Wood right there, but let's take a look at this here. So they have him at power forward going against the New York Knicks. See what the Knicks are allowing. Maybe they're allowing not very many. But the Knicks, they're allowing the 4th most assists to power forwards in the NBA right now. So, according to Fantasy Pros. So, that could be a pretty good matchup here for Jae'Sean Tate to get back on it and get these 4 assists here. Dish out 4 of them and hit this over. This is one I'm probably liking a little bit, man. Just the only thing that really scares me and kind of tips me off about this is his last 5, obviously, with these 2 misses. But he's sort of in his last 10. He's been pretty good. So, see where they have Jae'Sean Tate here on Number Fire. We'll see. They have him at 4.2 assists. So, they're coming over by about 0.7. So, yeah, I do agree with Number Fire here. I think he should be able to hit this assist number here against the New York Knicks tonight. So, it looks like a pretty good game, too. 214 over-under, which is all right. I kind of want it to be a little bit higher, but it's not absolutely horrible, like a 209. But, yeah, 5-point spread, which is pretty decent. Shouldn't hopefully blow out unless it's really at the end of the game. But I don't know. I think it should be pretty good for Jae'Sean Tate tonight. But, yeah, that's what we got going on tonight in the NBA on PrizePicks. But, yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the video, man. But if anyone is new, again, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. Those 3 things would help me out. Just appreciate you guys would do those 3 things. But, yeah, Patreon link is in the description. Promo code in the description for PrizePicks. But that's going to do it, man. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.